Well, hello, and welcome to another hopefully exciting episode of the Points of Interest podcast. My name is Josh Hawks, and right over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
Hey, everyone. I know we're not the pools, hot tubs, and bikinis portion of Twitch, but we're glad you're here.
We're also not wearing sheer clothing with pasties on our nipples and getting banned from Twitch.
Who got banned for pasties and...
Some lady. I don't know. She was wearing basically like a sheer outfit but had pasties on and got banned. And was saying, I'm wearing more clothes than the bikini-clad jacuzzi Twitch girls.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Twitch used to be. Hi, Ginger.
Hey, Ginger.
Twitch used to be a home for people to talk about geeky stuff. It was called Justin TV. I don't know if you remember when it was called Justin TV, like 12 years ago. But it used to be like a thing where just people. It was like a YouTube for a while, and then it became Twitch, right? It's like, oh, let's play some video games, and then like a locust, women. Well, not just but like bikini-clad women descended on Twitch, and if you ever go to the most popular rooms, it'll be like two dudes who are playing, whatever the game is of the. Actually, weirdly enough, it's GTA. So again, Josh, you're in the right game to be playing.
I should put on a bikini.
Well, no, but the regular dudes, luckily, who are playing, and it's not.
I should put on a bikini.
Oh well, yeah. Well, yeah, you'll definitely get you'll get the follows and the subs, but then, they're like 3,000 or 4,000. But then right behind them is Amaranth and and all of the other bikini-clad Twitch streamers. So I just find it funny because, man, this used to be a place for like nerds. I mean, it still is.
It still is. And somebody found a way to market themselves to them.
That's true. Yeah. When is TwitchCon anyway?
Well, that's a wonderful question. I would like to answer that, but I'm afraid if I click on anything else on the screen, something's going to happen.
Oh, I could look it up.
You should do that. So, what's up, everybody? It's the end of summer, the dog days of summer.
Oh, geez. It's October. Wow.
Wow. It's coming up.
October 7th to October 9th in San Diego.
Well, I have thrown our names in the hat there for the media coverage.
Yeah, we have time.
And I have been informed that somebody, I don't have the exact verbiage right in here in front of me, but somebody from the Twitch PR team will be in contact with you shortly. That was like 3 weeks ago. So I'm guessing we're not going to hear from them.
I mean, it's only a month away.
That's true. But, people like to know ahead of time.
Yeah, people like to make plans.
Some kind of plan.
Any plans.
But we were talking before we hit record. Neither one of us got to take what I considered anyway, as I dropped my pen all over the place, our summer vacation. I usually go out to San Diego for Comic-Con. Well, usually. Yeah. Past 4 or 5 years anyway, usually.
That's pretty usual.
Yeah.
That's a pretty, yeah.
And then, Francis drives down from the make-believe city he lives in. And,
sure.
That's kind of like our summer vacation this year. Protect kayfabe. Well, not really. It's already out there. I forgot. But this year it was like, okay, we're not doing San Diego because we're going to focus on Dragon Con, which is, I believe, as we record this coming weekend, I believe.
That's right.
Or the following.
Nope, it's this weekend.
Okay.
It's for the long weekend. It's for the long
Memorial Day, Labor Day.
Memorial Day weekend, whatever.
Whatever September 3-day weekend.
Yeah. whatever that holiday is. Yeah. They have it's happening this weekend though. Yeah.
Yeah, as we record. So then the plan was, let's go to Atlanta and go to Dragon Con.
Yeah.
And plans changed again. And that's fine.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, they're more serious plans this time that got changed.
Oh yeah.
Which, we don't like to talk too much about work here, but I've got an extra week of vacation that I have to take. I was actually supposed to take it before my 2-year anniversary. My year anniversary. It'd be my 2 year.
For like a whole week? You have to take a week off?
Yeah. They force you and they pay you to take a week off. It's called a sabbatical. Now,
a week is not enough for a sabbatical. Oh my God.
Well, I don't think it is either, but I'm going to take a free week off.
Sure.
I just don't know when I'm going to take it now, because it was going to be in July, then it was going to be, this coming week, and now I'm like, I don't know. I'll take it eventually. I'm kind of hoping they're going to come to me and they're going to be like, would you please get the fuck out of here for a week?
Yeah, but you want to do something. You
Exactly.
probably want to go somewhere.
And then I thought to myself, well, hey, why don't I go to Vegas for my birthday? And use that week off to take a couple days to go to Vegas and still be like, hey, I'm spending money, but I'm getting paid, motherfucker,
Yeah. Yeah.
And, every time I, go to a gambling table or something and be like, I'm getting paid right now. I lost, but it doesn't matter because I'm getting paid right now.
Right.
But, I couldn't afford to go do that the way that I wanted to do it.
You would have finally had your White Castle.
I would have finally had my White Castle. Yeah.
You were this close.
I was close. But it's just, it can't happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a point and I fucking lost it.
Well, you summer vacation, sabbatical, you want time off.
I kind of hope that like they come to me one day and they're like, you need to take this time off.
I mean,
please leave.
Yeah. I wish you could go somewhere because like now's the time, right? Like the world is kind of more or less open again. Like we're not pre 2019 or anything or 2020,
right?
But
more
and more people are.
Anyway.
Yeah, but people are kind of trying to make it that way, right?
Well, we were just looking. Japan had opened its borders, but under incredibly strict conditions.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I pay attention to Japan just because I want to go back at some point.
Yes.
And every time I read the news about that place, they're just like, yeah, we're gonna kind of let you in, but kind of not, because as you pointed out before the show, Josh, they hate foreigners, like they hate visitors. They like that they're clean streets and their very meticulous kind of ways are reserved for the people who live there because they're like, oh yeah, okay, we bow,
right,
oh yeah, and you say the right words, and they don't have to think about English ever or another foreign language. It's just like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, people know to put the money on the plate. Don't hand money to the people, put it on the plate, because they don't like getting money from people. They think it's gross. They like to have it on the plate. So you put the money on the plate, and that's Japan for you. And so instead, they're like, well, look, because we can't have foreigners in, hey, young people, you aren't doing anything. Can y'all just get like as drunk as you possibly can? Because we need money. And we need you young people to get like just become severe alcoholics by drinking daily and nightly to make up for the lack of
what's
the
beer?
$1 billion industry that is foreign.
What's the beer? Asahi?
Asahi and
yeah,
Sapporo.
they're like losing billions of dollars because there's not Americans over there drinking in front of vending machines.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or am I projecting that that's gonna be me?
I mean, well,
right,
they don't
probably not alcohol vending machine. I mean, I know they exist, but that probably won't be me. Even if they are there, that's just not really my thing.
It's harder to find though. That's
Sure.
the thing. It's harder to find. They have more just regular drink vending machines, so you can get your cow piss and your Boss coffee and your CC lemon, you know, all that stuff, all the stuff that you've never heard of before. Or when I was there,
I've seen the Boss coffee.
Oh, the Boss, yeah. Well, because what's his face from Men in Black is like the face of Boss Coffee, like not James Earl Jones, the other
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Wow. I can't even think of anything fucking funny to say about that, because like, you know, usually when we play that game, you stick to the same fucking like color of people.
Well, I went with the names. Like, he has 3 names and it ends with Jones, so you had it right at least.
That's fair. That's fair.
But Tommy Lee Jones is like the name, like the face of Boss Coffee.
Oh, that's funny.
And no, I think you just be, you know, because you'd be like I was. I'm like, oh, they have hot beverages and ice cold beverages in here. This is amazing.
I'm getting one of each.
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell because I can't read the kanji, but I'm like, I know one of this is hot and one of this is cold. I'm gonna guess, and luckily I guess right every single time. But yeah, so
I mean, everything there has like, especially in the vending machines, everything has like cartoon characters or something. It looks hot, or the packaging's red, or you know. I'm just saying, like there's hot and cold stuff in the vending machine. Yeah. To me, every time I see it, it looks like there's like kind of distinctive. Like, yeah, this is the hot drinks here.
Yeah. Oh
like,
well,
even if you can't read the kanji or figure out, you know, what the hell broken English, you know, is written on the can, you're like, what do you mean giraffe piss? I'll try it anyway. And you find out it's a vanilla latte. You know, you're like, oh shit.
Because I didn't know about this when I was there. Luckily, our mutual friend Sarah Veron was there.
The artist.
With her friends, the artist. She was there. We paralleled our trips, and she was there as well. But she was traveling from south to north. She was following the cherry blossoms, and I was only sticking to one place. I was just sticking to Tokyo. And she was the one who told me about like the hot and cold drinks. I'm like, I had no idea about the hot and cold drinks. I learned it. I was just like, I'm just drinking cold drinks. Ooh, peach Coca-Cola, count me in. Oh, everything was peach because it was like
spring.
It was spring, yeah. So like everything was peach. I'm like, okay, peach tea. I guess it. Like everything's peach. Fine, peach this, peach that. But yeah, no, we didn't have a summer vacation. We didn't have a summer. We didn't. I don't know. Are you doing anything for the winter? Like, are you going anywhere? Convention wise or something for the winter?
There is a couple things late in the season here. I can't remember if it's October or November is the last show around here.
Okay.
I will be at it whenever it is. I just.
Right.
I don't remember when it is. I just know I'm there on some sort of official capacity.
Well, that's good.
Like staff. Yeah. Not like I'm there as media. I'm like staff. I just don't remember when the show is.
Yeah. Look, if all goes well in the next few weeks, I'm hoping I skip like the dialysis stuff and go straight to getting kidney dunked into my body.
So
I mentioned this. Oh yeah.
No. It's not my fucking stuff to talk about.
Oh no. I mean, because I've been, I was informed by one doctor that I'd have to go to dialysis like immediately, and then I got informed by another doctor that said, no, you got some time. So there hasn't been a rush to get me into dialysis really, and I'm getting close to the last of my tests to see whether or not. Which again, I don't know. I feel like I have to be pretty messed up and pretty sick not to be able to do the whole transplant thing.
Right.
But I know that there's people who've already passed, and I know there's people that are already kind of waiting. I mean, I guess I don't know 100%, but I do know that people have made it pretty far in the whole process.
Right.
And I'm like, I wonder if I can just skip it altogether. It's just like plop. There you go. You got your new live donor kidney, and I can just like continue life as normal for the next 30 or 40 years.
So what do we do with your 2 bad ones or 1 bad one? Like, do we cook it?
So, well, one gets nuked. One luckily gets nuked. I don't know if they take both. I think only one. One gets nuked, and then the new one, the one I get, is the one that gets just tossed in there, and
does it have the person's initials in it?
I want it branded.
That's what I'm saying. Can it have like the initial branded of the person that gave it to you?
That'd be cool.
Or like, can they like stitch something into it so like when they take an X-ray of you, it's got fucking, the letters of the person. You're like, yep, and you have it on that's the picture on your mantle above the fireplace.
In like weird like metal staples or something. And it spells out. Yeah. And then whenever I go through TSA, they're like, oh, you have some metal in there? Yeah, go ahead and take a look. And it just says the name of the person.
You just hand them the picture. They're like, what the fuck?
Well, hey, look, I don't have a tattoo yet. That'd be my first tattoo. Just their initials
that
on
actually,
the scar.
That's a solid fucking idea, Francis. Especially if it's not a straight up name, because a lot of tattoo artists won't do a name.
No, it's initials. It'll be initials.
But if you do initials, that's fucking that's a solid idea right there.
They won't do names if it's like a couple, right? Like if it's a relationship. But if it's a person who's giving you a kidney, I think they'll do the name.
I guess that maybe that'd be a little different, yeah. But or put like the tattoo over the scar, which would hurt like a motherfucker, but like a Band-Aid, like a Band-Aid over the scar or something.
Well, that'd be kind of cool.
And then in the Band-Aid, you have the initials or something.
Oh, that would be fun. I have plenty of ideas, I guess, now. Thank you. So
or like under construction,
Oh God, yeah. I have the caution bar or caution tape.
Yeah.
You don't want the caution tape.
You don't want yellow ink though. Mm-mm.
But it'll be the name of the person. Like
right. Right.
Yeah. They're the kidney. Yeah. So we'll see. Again, I don't know if we're 100% sure if it's going to happen.
Sure, yeah.
But it's like I said, I'm like near the end of at least being tested and stuff. So, once that's done, I may go into dialysis. I may just go straight into. I'm just cross my fingers. So that'll be a great winter though. That'll be awesome. And then next year,
I was gonna say, we get into next year and we just jump right back into it.
Yeah, I get to do all the stuff, and I'll have actual vacation time, as I have no vacation time now.
Well,
I get actually vacation time. That'd be great.
I don't know if it's with every company, but the companies I seem to be around are sure pretty relaxed about letting people take as much time as they want right now.
Yeah, not everyone, but yeah, I think so. Yeah, for the most part.
That's what I'm saying. What's around me anyway.
Yeah, what is that? It's just like, we don't need you around. We really, please go away.
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I think for food production, restaurant type of things, I think the whole, if I was running either one of those things, the direction would be like, if you wake up and you don't feel good, I don't want to see you.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was like, come into work, I'll send you home. That's me. I'd rather come into work when I feel like shit and be like, dude, you look like ass. Get the hell out of here. Because at least you show you tried.
True. Yeah. I don't know I don't know.
But when it comes to food stuff, like, don't come to work.
Again, we kind of talked about it last time, but yeah, like, I'm better. I'm going to be better about it now. Now that I like, now that we've experienced what we've experienced over the last few years, I think more people are going to be like, yeah, we're going to just stay home.
Or they're going to pretend as if nothing has happened.
Well, it's hard to, though. Again, because we're still, look, I went to watch a movie the other day, and I swallowed wrong and coughed. I just was sitting there, I sipped my little drink, I'm like, oh, and I coughed, and I freaked out because I don't want people to think I'm sick.
Sure.
And, I still have that fear, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm certain a ton of people still have that, like, Oh no, I coughed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Oh,
I did
sorry.
it in public too.
Yeah, and I did it in public, and I used my hand and not my arm, my elbow or whatever. Like oh no, I'm gonna be branded like the worst person ever, and it's just it's hard to get it past that. It's hard to get past that idea.
On that note or idea, something I didn't talk about. I may have talked about it last week when I was at the convention. I was waiting to talk to an artist, buddy of mine, and he was engaged with somebody, and the person that was talking to the artist was saying how they just got back from some incredibly warm climate, keeping in mind that it's been in the 90s here all fucking summer. So I don't know how much warmer it needs to be. But I just came from this really warm climate, and now I've come back to Denver and, and humidity. And then I'm like, everything you're saying doesn't match here. And he goes, and my sinuses have just been draining, and I've just been coughing and sneezing. And while he's saying this, the artist very sneakily reached down and grabbed his hand sanitizer and sanitized his hands, and still talking to the person, was slowly backing away from the person. Yeah. And I'm, a distance away because I'm being respectful to the conversation, and I'm within earshot, and I walk away, and as I walk by the guy, I was like, "No, motherfucker, you probably got COVID."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, again, somebody, it just sounded like open denial of being sick.
Yeah.
Or having symptoms of something, of anything. Right. And just kind of like being in a denial of it. Oh, no, it's because we're at my regular altitude now. That's why. So everything's just draining.
Yeah, I saw some people on Twitter complain about, like, I wish this cold would go away. And I'm like, it's cold. But I mean, we have to, like, we can't just assume everything is
right.
Bad.
But
yeah.
like at the same time, you can't, but everybody does.
No, that's true.
Everybody since 2020 has even had a little bit of since tests have become readily available, everybody that's had the even slightest sniffle has taken a test.
Yeah, well, for the most part, yeah. And I think, and I don't like that, though. Like, I do and I don't. Like, now we're all kind of hypochondriacs, right? Like, we're all a little too scared about every little thing. I mean, not so much so that we, like, I noticed that there's not hand sanitizer everywhere like there used to be, right? Just a thing, just a bottle just sitting there on every surface in every location, right? They don't have that anymore.
It's definitely, you still see a lot of it. I do.
Yeah.
But it's not as super prevalent as it was. Instead of every self-out checkout counter having its own individual one, now there's just one at the main counter, employee station.
Or like at the entrance or exit of places. Like it's become less frequent. And I mean, that's good. I think that's a good thing. But yeah, we'll still notice, like, oh, somebody even the sneeze, even though I know sneezing is really a COVID thing, but if somebody sneezes, oh man, heads turn a little bit. Like they don't go like, they don't like whip, but they just like slowly turn, trying to look for the source. It's
right. Observe them. Do they look ill?
Do they do it again?
Right.
And I'm like, yes, they're going to do it again, because sneezes, whether it's from being sick or just from like getting your nose tickled, you will sneeze at least a few times. It's just natural.
Yeah, pretty typical. Yeah. The ones that always get me though are the ones that sound like a cough but they're a sneeze.
Oh, I do that.
And then you look, but then you look at the person and you go, "Bless you," with a question inflection, because you can't tell if that was a cough or a sneeze.
Okay. I understand that bless you is polite. But why do we still do it?
I don't know.
Bless you. You know why we said bless you, right?
No, but you're going to teach me.
All right. Well, yeah.
We
I'm a
all
little bit
because we all
confused.
pretend to be priests or something.
No. Well, yeah. Well, sort of. There was a belief that when you sneeze, your body. So when you sneeze, that your soul escapes, and you say "bless you" because that is the kind of like trigger word to make sure your soul kind of returns back to the body after you've sneezed. So that's why you say "bless you," because that's kind of like the kind of Puritan Christian way of saying, "Oh, well, your soul just left for a second. This is me making sure it comes back." And so,
Well, I'm never saying that again.
well, which is why more people like I do. Whenever somebody sneezes, I say, like
Gesundheit.
salute or Gesundheit or
Yeah.
something like, right. Like I'll say something foreign that way because none of that means bless you. It's just excuse, or like it's not bless you. It's something else usually.
Right.
But you know, like most Asians though, they don't say anything when you sneeze. Like just like a cough, they just accept you had a cough or a sneeze, and they just kind of move on with life. They don't say anything. But
Another myth, Ginger saying another myth is when you sneeze, your heart stops.
yes, yeah, that was more. Yeah, that's more recent though.
Mm-hmm.
This I'm talking about like again like Goody Proctor Crucible / the Scarlet Letter times is when they thought the soul would leave the body. A la the Pilgrims and stuff like that.
Sure.
But yeah, more recently, like in the last couple 100 years or so, I think it was the heart stopping. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to get out of that.
No, well, you talk about heart skipping beats and are you a hopeless romantic?
Am I a hopeless romantic? No.
No.
No. I show the affection when it's properly timed and needed or wanted.
Yeah.
I try if I'm taking somebody out on a date and I like them,
Sure.
I want them to feel special.
Yeah.
Try to anyway, and that's the weird thing about humans, man. We all like just pick somebody, whether it's a friend or someone we're attracted to. We're just like, I choose you, and like how the fuck are we friends? Like what the hell?
I mean, kind of like I feel like it's not even a choice. Like for some reason, we find ourselves attracted to somebody, whether we want to be or not, and then we kind of just pursue it. Sometimes, not all the time, but like sometimes, like I find myself like a few times, that's how I met like my ex-wife, right? Like I was just like, oh, there's a lot of attractive women around me, but she particularly like she stands out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I pursued her, when we first started dating. So I'm like, oh, and I didn't choose that. I could have done anything, but I'm like, oh, there's something about that. I think we just do that randomly. And I only bring this up because someone our age has a podcast that I listen to, and they were talking about something that I'm like, I feel like you're a little too old for this, but like, they're kind of a hopeless romantic. They're like, oh, the one true love, the head over, like, I'm just gonna fall in love, and there's gonna be butterflies and birds and angels singing and all that. I'm like, that's like kid stuff. When you get older, you just kind of figure like, oh yeah, I'm attracted to this person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cool. There isn't this like, and the clouds parted, and
Right.
and a beam of light fell, like none of that stuff. And this guy's talking, and a guy, it's a dude,
Okay.
who's like, yes, I feel that at some point I will find my one true love. And I'm like, it feels like something like someone our age with experience wouldn't say.
Oh. Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Am I being crazy for thinking that?
No. Okay. Not at all. Because I don't think, and maybe it's like that for some people.
I guess so.
Like I'm trying to think of like the circle of people I know. Did anybody just like meet somebody and go off and get married or something? No.
Yeah, like it was a process, right? There's dating.
Typically.
There's usually.
Well, I mean, dating in the last 15, 20 years has just been like sex. and then you're just hanging out with somebody, and then
Really?
well, that's again the circle that I'm around. Just people are hanging out. They don't. I in the past like 3 girlfriends I've been with, I not said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" It's just like, oh, we're a thing.
Oh, I guess not. I mean, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like like when we present, well, not all of them, but a couple of them, we presented each other as boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay.
But like, there was never like neither one of us going like, "Will you be mine?" It was just kind of the conversation of, "What are we doing here?"
Yeah. Well, I think the whole like, hey, I mean, it's not like you guys are going like, hey, you want to go steady?
I knew you were gonna say that. I was gonna say something too. You want to go like split a milkshake or something?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't think you say that anymore.
Right.
But there's got to be a discussion, like.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Some sort of, so that at least the rules are established. That you'll have you have to guess.
Yeah. I guess I'm still living in like the 90s. Oh, speaking of the 90s,
So
an icon of the 90s just recently died.
Oh, Mikhail Gorbachev today as we record.
Right. Not as today when the podcast goes.
Right, because that'll be a couple days from now.
Yeah,
but
today as we record.
In the past, in the recent past, which is today, as we record, Mikhail Gorbachev died.
He was a celebrity back in the day, along with Ronald Reagan.
And no,
You mean the
actor? Sorry, I thought we were doing the other thing.
I thought we planned this out.
I thought we were doing the other way. No, but
because I said it, and I'm like, I was gonna be weird if you say it.
Like famous actors like Ronald Reagan, Mikhail Gorbachev, and Gaddafi. I can't remember his first name.
Omar Gaddafi.
Omar Gaddafi. Who else was in that scene?
Well, those were
the big ones.
Yeah, they're all kind of the because that's still, Princess Diana was still alive. A lot of heads of state were celebrities, not like they are now, where they're villains and heroes. They were just like people you knew. Like everyone knew the dude with the wine stain on his head, right? Like everyone knew that guy. And he like looked the same. He probably at 92 when he died, he probably looked exactly the same as he did when he was in the 90s.
Yeah, I think he was I think he was just more pruny.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I remember being a kid and seeing video of Gorbachev.
Gorbachev. Yeah.
And like whoever they got to translate, didn't he speak English, or did he have a translator?
I think he spoke English.
I want to say he spoke English. I was like,
English,
this guy seems, seems on the surface anyway, like he's a professional.
Well, I mean,
he's not riding on the back shirtless of a bear or anything, but
that's true. Yeah. No one. Yeah, he wasn't put Putin on the hits. He was just.
I need to move some. I really need to move some of these sounds around so I have the fucking.
Get the groans and the
groan, yeah, because I have to fucking change pages, and then I have to look at what thing is, and yeah, so like, I can have that ready.
Oh God, the chirping, the crickets chirping,
or no, that was magical. I thought that was a sad harp. No, that's sad trombone.
So. It's funny to talk about this guy who nobody's thought about in the last 30 years.
Well,
he was such a big deal in our growing up.
Yeah, younger years for sure.
Yeah.
Our wonder years.
Yeah.
But when I saw the news this afternoon, when I was trying to think of what we were going to talk about today, I saw the headline that Gorbachev died, and my first thought was, I didn't know he was still alive.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I'm not a very political person. So keeping up on the ex-heads of state of other countries is not high on my fucking list of things to keep track of.
And why would you follow this guy? Like, he hasn't
I
been
mean,
president.
he had a fucking cool tattoo on his face. Before getting tattoos on your face was cool.
Yeah, that's where Mike Tyson got the idea. Was from
That's right.
Gorbachev. Yeah. No, but like, there's no reason to think of this guy. He ended the Cold War apparently from an article, like title article that I saw, and like that's all. You know, again, he was just the guy who talked to actor Ronald Reagan.
I need a sad trombone myself for that one.
But it was just like, they had relations, and obviously they had to there was a lot of foreign relation stuff that they had to take care of, and we were young and we really didn't care or understand. But he was a figure that we remembered.
Yeah, I mean,
and he's been made.
When movies in the 90s, Naked Gun, like I was saying, who else was in that opening scene? But like, yeah, it was Gorbachev, it was Gaddafi, there was a couple other people that were deemed as evil in the 90s.
Yeah.
Without not naming the right people.
Right.
But a pop culture figure without being
totally
necessarily understood in America.
Yeah.
Like he was the president of the USSR, the thing that we all grew up. Francis, you're not far behind me in schooling years. No. Like, I was always told people in Russia stood in line, being fed propaganda in the fucking mid 80s about how people in Russia stood in line for bread and fucking water and shit, which maybe in parts in Russia that was true, or USSR, excuse me, not Russia, but USSR. Maybe that was true.
Right.
But, it was just, looking back, it's like, why was I being fed propaganda in the fucking mid 80s? But the shit was still happening, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're fed that stuff all day, every day nowadays. But yeah, it's just kind of weird because I haven't heard that name in forever. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of funny to just hear that name and be like, oh yeah, the dude was depicted in movies, television shows, cartoons. Mm-hmm. Like, the dude was a figure and a figure and one that, wasn't, I don't know if he was mocked for one thing, and it was his freaking mark on his head.
Yeah, this is the birthmark.
No one ever talked about anything about
I said it was a face tattoo. I'm fully aware it was a birthmark, but
yeah, but like nobody. But that's all they ever met. I don't remember anyone making fun of him like for his policies or for being an evil. I mean, maybe evil, but like whatever. Like, it was always about the thing on his head. That's all we talked about. It was like, oh, he's got a thing on his head. I even think Animaniacs was like, oh, you got a thing on your head. I'm pretty sure there's an Animaniacs with Gorbachev just like, oh, there's a thing on your head.
Man, that's what I'm saying. It's weird that a pop culture figure.
Yeah, he was.
I think he was one of the puppets in the Genesis song with all the puppets. I can't think of the title of right now.
The Genesis song?
There's a
Genesis song with puppets?
Yes. And there's a puppet Ronald Reagan that wakes up from a dream and hits the panic button.
Land of Confusion.
That's it. That's not no, that's still Phil Collins' Genesis.
It should be.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean there's a Genesis without Phil Collins?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Damn it, I can't think of his name.
Oh my God, Puppet Phil Puppet, yeah. Oh God, they all look terrible. Oh, there's Reagan. Oh my God, they all look awful. Those are terrible puppets.
Oh, they were so
Oh
much
my
fun.
god, they're awful. Wow.
And
Phil
I'm having a
Collins is
hard.
awful.
I'm so disappointed in myself that I can't think what the fucking guy's name is.
Oh, the port wine birthmark
Peter
that looks like
Gabriel.
California.
Peter
Oh, Peter
Gabriel
Gabriel.
was in Genesis as well.
Oh,
I think
Gabriel.
I think Phil Collins was second. I think Peter Gabriel was first. I could be wrong on that.
Well, look, all I know is that no longer are we going to have our accountant-looking musicians and people who look like what's his face? Oh my God. Just whatever. Just like all 80s artists, right? Like
Okay.
80s artists, now they're all gonna be pretty boys now. They're not gonna look like 40-year-old accountants anymore or singing songs on the radio. They're all gonna look like models, right? Because that's what the 80s were, right? 80s were just a bunch of just dudes who couldn't get their MBA, and so they decided to sing and play like guitar,
I mean, that and dudes that were really into Andromedy.
Andromedy. Oh yeah.
Wearing
sort of.
fishnets and having big teased out hair and
Yeah.
skinny jeans and shit.
I mean, what was that? Well, yeah, David Bowie and stuff like that. Sure.
But
and,
even Motley Crue, Poison, like glam bands, Rat.
bands, that's true. Yeah. Well, it's all that. It's all the coke they were.
It's all that. It's snorting ants as a motherfucker. Snorting ants make you wear fishnets as a dude.
But no, but they had to have a look, right? They had to set themselves apart, right?
Right.
Like, what was it called? Twisted Sister and all that, right? Like, they all had to really show off that they were unique. You didn't have like a Billy Joel or again like a Phil Collins where they just finished your taxes and now they're gonna sing you a song. So
you wanna have a good evening? Look up reactions to that Phil Collins song. I can't think what it's called. You know the one.
which one though? Oh,
The one with the opening line is something like, "If I saw you drowning, bitch, I'd let you die," or something.
What?
It's the one with the big drum fill.
I hear it coming in the air tonight. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. But like the opening line to that is like, "If you were drowning, I'd watch you
You're
drown."
joking. No, it's just I remember. It says, "Oh yeah, you're right. Well, if you hold on, well, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am." Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
No.
Who hurt you, Phil? God damn.
I've seen one reaction video for the drum thing, and yeah, it's always they'll just. They'll bob to the beginning because there's no real instruments. It's just him kind of singing, and then they're like, "Oh my god!" and everyone's freaking out.
Yeah. It is amazing to me. I guess I forget that there are people that don't hear the same songs that we all grew up with, right? Because their parents weren't into it or whatever the case. It's crazy. I don't know. It's funny to me to hear songs that I think are so iconic, mainstream. They're in movies, they're on TV commercials. How have you not heard this song before? And then, yeah, they get hit in the face with that drum solo. Like, what? Oh my God.
Yeah, but those are usually like 20-somethings, right?
Yeah, but
like, those are kids.
But that's, it's fun to watch, I guess.
Again, the most depressing thing I saw was on Reddit, where, and I don't know if I mentioned the last episode or not, but like, did I mention this? Where the kid was like, "Look at my parents; they look so young. This is them as teenagers, frolicking," and it's like circa 1998, and I'm like, "Oh my god, 98." Like, really? That's a long time ago now. That's like what we think of the 70s, right? When we think of the 70s
Right.
and 60s, like, oh my god, that's so long ago. And like people nowadays, young people now, 20-year-olds, like, yeah, the far off time of 98. Like, oh man, 20-year-olds. I mean, there's 20-year-olds right now who are like, what's 9/11?
Right.
Because they weren't there, right? They were born after it, and it's just like, oh man, I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
Like, I don't know what to say. It's
At
been
least
X number of years.
At least once or twice a week at work, I'll say something, and people will be like, "Wait, what?" Like, all right, well, gather around, kids. Let me
tell you about the original Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Or 60-year-old Ralph Macchio,
right? You know this is based off of a movie. Like, what? The Jackie Chan flick?
What?
How'd they get out? Oh, when did Jackie Chan turn into the I don't know what Macchio is.
He's Ralph Macchio.
He's just Ralph Macchio.
He would have been Pat Morita.
Right.
He would have been Pat Morita. Yeah. And then it's like, why is Jaden Smith a white kid from the Valley?
Right.
I don't understand.
From Pomona.
No, he was he from Pomona?
He was
really?
from Pomona and then moved.
Oh my God! No wonder.
I'm pretty damn sure they said something about either a relative of the mom lived in Pomona or they moved from Pomona.
If they moved from Pomona to the Valley, that makes a lot of sense to me because Pomona is the ghetto and the Valley is the Valley.
I mean, that makes sense. That does make sense because remember, he was already training a little bit of karate before he got jumped. Actually,
was it?
He talked about training a little bit before he started all the fucking problems for the Cobra Kai, kids.
I mean, again,
Daniel's the bully.
When we were growing up watching that movie, he was the hero. Nowadays, he's the bully.
He was the bully
because he messed with Billy Zabka or whatever his name.
He was just trying to roll a joint.
Yeah.
He's minding his own business, rolling joints for him and his buddies, his skeleton buddies.
He had an obvious interest in this one girl, and what does Ralph Macchio do? Or what does Daniel-san do?
He fucking pulls his shit out and shows it off at the beach.
Yeah.
He just walks around the beach with it hanging out. Just look at everybody. Look at it. I think it's disguised as a fucking soccer, bouncing the ball on the knees and everything. What you didn't see is that his fucking shit was just hanging out of his shorts.
God.
Ali Sheedy's character was that Ali Sheedy? Who is that?
Oh no, it's Elizabeth Shue, isn't it?
Elizabeth Shue's character is supposed to, pretend she doesn't see it, but that's what she's staring at the whole time. She's not staring at the skills of the soccer ball bouncing. She's looking at something else bouncing.
And then after all that work,
she got distracted by those 80s gym shorts.
But yeah, after all that work Daniel does to get the girl, he dumps her for some Japanese chick in Okinawa.
That's right.
In the second movie,
right, where the tough angle in that movie was to break ice.
Break ice, yeah.
We went from breaking the will of your competitor to breaking ice.
Oh, and the drum! Don't forget the drum, the little hand drum that he would go back and forth.
Oh yeah.
At the very end of the tournament, yeah, they do everyone does the little drum thing,
right?
Because,
but there was no like spinning kick or punch that went with it. It was just a rhythm. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, because he tried the crane kick and it didn't work.
Right.
That's like his first move on the dude, and the guy's like, nope, and just like takes him out.
and then you get to for some reason the movie starts with the recap of the first movie, but it's reshot.
Yeah, right. Or you mean when he breaks the glass and stuff?
Yeah. All of that's reshot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, they did that for Back to the Future, too, right?
That is true. Speaking of Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they had to change the girlfriend and Marty, I mean, it's pretty. I mean, it's shot for shot, really.
It
But
is.
They just,
Yeah, they
that
just.
one little change. Yeah.
I mean, if you weren't paying attention, like I wasn't,
yeah, but I don't know.
it wasn't until I was an adult where I was like, did they switch girls? How did they switch girls?
You know
They
what?
did switch girls.
And then what bothered me the most was then Back to the Future 3. They make Marty's wife his mom. like, right? Like his ancestor's wife is his mom.
That's
and I'm
true.
like, that doesn't make sense.
The third movie doesn't need to exist.
No.
I love
but
all three.
actually
I
like-
love all three movies.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
great. They all have their high points. But the third movie doesn't need to exist because there's two DeLoreans in the past as well.
The third movie exists just for that last scene, just for the final scene when he's about to race that one guy, and he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's all for that one scene. Like that's it. Everything else that happens in the rest of Back to the Future 3 never needed to happen. And then, because here's the thing, Doc had access to the time machine. He could have totally made the train no matter what. Like it's not like he didn't have access to the time machine. It was there. So it's not like he couldn't have used his knowledge of time travel to make the freaking train that he ends up using at the end of the movie. Like that was inevitable. He was gonna do it. You know, he would have had his kids. Jules
He would have.
Verne,
He would have.
whatever.
He pretty much had to have already been working on it before the movie started.
Oh no, but he does. Marty goes back to save him from getting killed, though. So I
Right.
guess that's the. I guess. But if
But there's two. There would be two
all right.
DeLoreans.
So they really force it. Yeah.
Because
That's
the one that Doc arrived in would still be there,
Yeah.
even though Marty's in the one that he arrived in.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. There's two. Oh, you're right.
But there would be
Oh,
two
you're right.
DeLoreans.
Oh, you're right.
Because he
That's
goes
right,
back in
you're
the
right.
1950s DeLorean with
Yeah.
the gigantic vacuum tubes on the hood.
Yeah.
And then the one that's
Oh
in
my
the
God.
past that he finds. So there's two DeLoreans. So they have fuel and they have everything they need to fix the one that was leaking the fuel.
From the arrow, yeah.
Yeah. I take a bow, exit stage right.
Oh man, you are so right. Wow, that is so funny though. That is a continuity thing I didn't even think about, and that makes so much sense. Wow.
That one, I don't even know if that's a popular one that's out there or not. But
I'm guessing the reason why they didn't use the other DeLorean that was already there is because then how does Marty discover the DeLorean in the future if they move that DeLorean? So they have to keep it there so that Marty can find in the future to go back into the past. All right, they thought of everything.
But you're not
These guys
thinking.
are-
You're not thinking fourth dimensionally.
It's a paradox.
Great Scott.
Well, I get. Anyway, I don't know.
I
Anyway.
beat you on that one. I get
So-
points on that one.
Because either way, they would have had to. You're right. Because either way, no matter which DeLorean they used, they could have used the older, the one that wasn't broken, and the other DeLorean still would have been there for Marty in the future. It didn't matter. So yeah, you're right. They could have used the one that was already.
They could have just
that was
stuck
already
with
fine.
Back to the Future 2 and just change the ending a little bit so you get to see the little car wreck thing.
Yeah, so I guess because the lightning bolt could have happened where it strikes them, and then they both go back to the future, back to 1985, and then they're just like, okay, well, thanks, Doc. And he's like, oh, Marty, it's fine.
That was pretty
Yeah.
good.
and then he gets into his Toyota, and then he does the whole thing. Yeah,
And then they then they
Yeah.
created the Step Brothers. And she divorced Doc Brown and married
oh God, Clara, come back to me, Clara. Yeah, no, that'd be bad.
Jules and Verne grew up to be
All I can think of again
the Step
whenever.
Brothers. All you can think of what?
All I think about is that stupid Rick and Morty thing. Ugh.
Rick and Morty's great. No.
Did you watch the original? Did you watch the original cartoon that spawned Rick and Morty?
Which was called?
I think it was just called. I think it was just. I don't remember. It was a short. Okay, so it was a short. It was a black and white cartoon short of. But it's Doc and Marty. It's not Rick and Morty. It's Doc and Marty. And the reason why I hate it is, and this is why they did it, was so Doc was a drunk, and the only way they can travel through time is, Marty, you've got to lick my balls, Marty. He had to lick his balls. He had to lick Doc's balls to go through time. That's how he did it. And so the whole cartoon is just Doc as Morty. So he's like, "Bleh. Doc, or Morty, you gotta lick my balls, Morty." Like it was like, oh god.
That's
And I hated every second of it.
That was pretty good, Rick. That was better than the fucking guy at McDonald's doing the pickle Rick.
Oh god, the one who ended up having a tantrum because there was no Szechuan sauce. So there was that whole. It was awful, and every time I think, yeah,
Isn't it odd how Cartoon Network has spawned mega fandom with like a handful of cartoons that they've produced?
Well, yeah,
The bomb scare in Boston, which wasn't a bomb scare, it was the light bright Moonanites.
Right?
Yeah, the Moonanites from Aqua Teen.
Yeah.
Now you got Rick and Morty.
The Szechuan sauce.
The Szechuan, and just Rick and Morty in general. Pickle Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Szechuan sauce. Like, it's that cartoon. I'm still working my way, I think, through the second season.
Wow. It's like 6 seasons in.
Yeah. They're about getting ready to drop the sixth season, I think, in like a week or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just not something that I jumped on board at the time. I think the more people talk about something when it first comes out, pushes me more and more away from it.
Yeah. I get you.
Mike, if everybody's
right?
fucking talking about it, it actually can't be that good. Because none of the people that are all into this wouldn't be into this normally.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, look at everybody.
All anyone ever talked about. Yeah.
Like, look at everybody at the end of Game of Thrones that was like, fuck this show. And then they announced this fucking Let's Ride a Dragon show or whatever it's called. And everybody's like, yes, I'm putting my GOT flag back up.
Let's Ride a Dragon.
What's it called?
I don't know.
See?
I don't know.
If you don't laugh if you don't know what it's called. It could be Let's Ride a Dragon. Game of Thrones, Let's Ride a Dragon.
I think it's House of the Dragon.
That was close. That was close.
Yeah. Let's all ride a dragon. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it because apparently it's good. People really like
Stay Puff and Ghidorah and what other dragons?
Is this your kaiju?
No, it's the house
mashup.
The show's called House of Dragons, so Ghidorah has got to be there and Stay Puff.
Oh, I see.
And what other dragon? What's the dragon from fucking Game of Thrones or the Ring movie?
Schmaug.
Yeah, he's there probably. What other dragons are there? I think there was a Hanna-Barbera dragon, wasn't there? That was a
there's
Scooby.
Pete the Dragon
Oh,
from
okay.
Disney. Pete the Dragon. There's Maleficent the Dragon from also Disney.
Okay, we'll see.
There's Dragon Tales, which is like a kid's cartoon.
Well, it's called the House of Dragons, so
Yeah.
just saying, it's false advertisement.
Well, it's because There's really not that many dragons. Oh, there's Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. There's
That's the next series. They're gonna just do a live
There's
action
the dragons
Game of
from-
Thrones. How to Train Your Dragon.
Reign of Fire dragons. The dragons from Reign of Fire.
Oh yeah.
There's the dragons from. Wait, well, does oh God, what's the three-headed dragon from Godzilla? Does he count?
Ghidorah
Ghidorah. It is Ghidorah. I thought it was something
or
else.
Ghidorah.
Is that it? Is Ghidorah?
Yeah,
Ghidorah. That's okay.
It depends on where you're
Ghidorah.
from, but yeah.
So that's it. That's it for the dragons. I mean, oh gosh, Dragonheart. Sean Connery dragon from Dragonheart.
I was gonna say Jean
Got
Claude,
it.
but that was Lionheart.
No, I don't know about that one.
Well, it doesn't fit because it's lions,
No, it doesn't.
not dragons.
So there you go. So those are the famous dragons.
Oh well, I hope Puff is the leader.
Puff especially makes it. Yeah, Puff needs to make it. Yeah, Puff needs to run the house.
Well, he's the magic
Next to,
dragon. He's the magic dragon,
Yeah.
living by the sea.
Oh, and then there's the Dragon
I
Ball
don't remember
dragon.
the rest of the lyrics.
Oh yeah, they frolic through the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu.
Well,
I had a teacher who played 60s folk music, like hippie folk music, every morning before school. He would play hippie folk music before his trigonometry class, and I would listen to it, and I really liked it. And I can't remember any of the freaking songs except I had a hammer. Oh, and Puff. I had a hammer, Puff, and one about a unicorn. I'm like, damn, I need to find these songs.
What
They're
about
really good.
Alice's Restaurant? That was more 70s,
is that-
though.
I was gonna say Alice's Restaurant. Is that the one where she goes? Do, 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 do.
Well, that's
Oh, no, that's
Dido.
Tom's Diner. That's not Tom. That's not Dido.
Wasn't it Dido?
Tom's Diner is freaking Suzanne Vega, who has that's her one-hit wonder. Suzanne Vega's
No.
one-hit wonder is Tom's Diner.
No.
It was raining and it got me wet and it wasn't really nice.
And it wasn't really rain. That would be
So he
the
paid me $50 and you know what?
that would be the Chapter in the Closet version. Who's that guy?
Yeah. R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. That'd be the R. Kelly version.
Yeah.
I got paid $50.
Oh, see, Ginger liked the Alice reference, so there you go.
I got away with playing the 23-minute version at work a few weeks ago.
Wow.
During about minute 17, people started to look up and go, "Has this been on the whole time?" And I'm
Need
in
to
the
freak
corner.
people out,
I'm
right?
in the corner, doing the scheming face, like, yes.
Is that the longest song? Is that really 20-something minutes long? Really?
There is a 20-something minute long version on Spotify. Yes, sir.
Wow. You should play them. What is it called?
Alice's Restaurant.
Restaurant. Okay. Alice's. Oh, there it is. It's called. It's called Alice's Restaurant Massacre. Is that it?
Yeah.
Arlo Guthrie.
Mm-hmm.
From 19. No, you were right. 1967. So
Okay.
it is hippie time. it's hippie time. There is a. Oh. It's. Oh my God! It's 18 minutes long.
Okay. 18. I knew it was long as hell.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm. And it's
I was
just
gonna
like,
have you play. Yeah,
you
go
gonna have me
ahead.
play what?
No. What was it like?
It's like a jam, and he just says, "Come on down to Alice's Restaurant," like a lot.
It says, "Is Alice's Restaurant a Christmas song?"
I mean, I guess
is
then
it?
the movie would be a Christmas movie then.
Oh wow! It's a blues song by singer-songwriter Arlo Guthrie. I'm going to have to listen to this. I'm going to have to listen to the whole thing. Wow. Now, I was going to say, because there is a stupid song. There's a song that
Inagata Davida apparently is the longest song ever.
Inagata Davida. Yeah, well, because you could just say that over and over again.
Right.
Or as it's misheard, in the Garden of Eden.
Mm-hmm.
In the Garden of Eden, baby. Yeah, I was gonna have you play, if you ever get control of it, tell them you're playing a song from a guy called John Cage.
I can do this possibly. Hang on.
No, don't play it because he's an idiot. He made a song, a very popular song amongst hipster indie people.
Okay.
He has a song called 433.
I just saw it pop up.
It's 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence.
Oh.
That's his song.
Well, I don't want to play.
He plays 4 minutes.
Well, actually, I could play that on loop in the background and not get copyrighted. In fact, I'm playing it right now. I'm not, but I'm playing it.
If you ever, just for shiggles, go and watch a concert where they play it.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. Just watch the first 20 seconds, and it's just the dumbest thing you'll ever see. You have to watch the rest of it.
I think I have one here, but I'm not gonna. It's obviously
it's dumb. Yeah. Well, you can't get copyrighted because it's silence. There's literally
I understand
no music.
that, but okay, this is just like the album.
Yeah.
But none of these people are actually John Cage. It's like
you have to look up John Cage 433.
Yeah, I have it. I have it here. I have the official or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah.
I clicked on one that's supposed to be a concert, but it's not. Oh, it is.
Yeah,
it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a
orchestra.
lie. It's a orchestra. That's what I'm looking at. They're all just sitting there at their ready.
Yep, and that's the song. The guy lifts up his baton, and then everyone just sits there for 4 minutes and 30 minutes.
Do you remember the movie CB4?
CB4, is that the name of the movie? CB4?
Yeah, it's a NWA parody movie starring Chris Rock and Chris something, redheaded guy.
Documentary, yeah, or that's not a documentary, but yeah,
it's a mockumentary.
Chris Rock. So it's Chris Rock. It has Chris Elliott,
Chris Elliott.
The
that's who I was thinking of. Chris Elliott is
Bill
the
Hartman.
Yes. Chris who? Elliott is the documentarian following around Chris Rock, who is playing the Eazy-E type of character. And it's fucking hood because they redo straight out of the Hood.
Compton?
What? Straight out of Compton. They redid that whole song for CB4.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's awesome because it has a whole bunch of at the time popular rap artists or gangster rap artists. Eazy-E's in it, Ice-T's in it. I think Cube's in it.
Wow.
Charlie Murphy is the antagonist in the movie.
Yeah. He's Gusto.
Oh, it's so good. It is so good. You definitely give it a watch if you can find it somewhere.
All right.
I believe it's on HBO.
Oh, probably. Well, but actually, no. Who knows?
Yeah, well, yeah, because they're
Right.
just
They're
killing things
purging,
off left and
yeah.
right. But
Yeah, they're purging it.
at least it's a good possibility that it'll be there. That or Tubi or the other one. What's the other one called? I can't remember. Pluto.
Pluto.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Francis, do you ever use Reddit, or do you lurk?
All the time. Well, I recently started posting stuff, and to no avail because nobody cares what I have to say. But so mostly I lurk, but I used to comment and stuff.
So
why do you ask?
Well, because for the last I don't even know, 10 years or so I've just lurked. I think I've made one comment in all the years that I've been a member, right? And it was about Attack of the Show like 2 years ago.
Oh, sure.
Who knew that it was coming back and no one would watch it? But
that's true. It just kind of went away, didn't it? Like,
they changed days, and you don't ever hear about it anymore. It went from Thursday to Wednesday, and now you don't hear about it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh.
It is. But I recently made my first post on Reddit, and it was after it was in a moment of weakness and frustration.
Ooh, all right. Tell me more.
Recently, in the last couple few months or whatever, I was given gift cards at the workplace, and I was able to obtain a DJ controller with the gift cards. So there was no money out of my pocket.
Yeah.
Perfect way to get into a new hobby. You don't have to spend a dime on the biggest piece of equipment. So I get a DJ controller, and it's digital turntables, if you will, and you can manipulate the track. It's an MP3 track that you're playing, or a raw file that you're playing, but you can manipulate it as if it were a record. So I'm trying to learn how to DJ, is what I'm trying to say. And because I have zero patience for my own learning curve on anything, regardless of what it is, and you have been the recipient of my frustration before when I'm like, I can't even figure out how to fucking make a video edit. I can't even cut 2 seconds out of this video. Will you please do it for me? Or show me or something. So after spending 2.5 hours trying to get 2 songs to mix together.
Oh boy. Okay.
Because I was trying to be the greatest DJ in the world, not just end one song and start the next song.
Sure.
Right? Because you need the fun with anything, whether it's playing basketball, learning a drum kit, or apparently DJing, you need fundamentals.
Yeah.
And like I said, I have zero patience because dink dink, anybody can play one song coming out of another song. But here I am 2 months into
crossfade.
I haven't even touched the crossfader.
Oh,
I haven't even touched it. I just figured there's other ways to do it besides crossfading. But I think I just feel that after 2 months, I should have some kind of progress in or feel that I have learned something. I don't feel either one of those things. And I think back to my younger years when I learned how to play drums or learned how to play a saxophone. 2 months in, I was playing the saxophone. I wasn't fucking Kenny G in it, right?
Right.
Because I didn't have an alto. If I had an alto, maybe I could have.
Sure.
But I was playing songs. I could read music. I can count music. I still can count music. I don't have to read it anymore, thankfully.
Okay.
But it's just I don't. I'm losing my point. So like with any instrument, piano, guitar, saxophone, clarinet, I don't give a fuck. You could play a scale. There's chord progression. There's things to play to warm yourself up, to build skills. I can remember a song that we played that playing a saxophone, it utilized all the basic notes in one song, at least once or twice. And it was just a way to warm you up, familiarize yourself, get your fingers moving. There is no building blocks like that. There's no set curriculum. There's no chord progression with DJing. So I got on. Go ahead.
It's an instinct thing, I think.
It is.
It's an instinct thing.
It is. And it's something you have to learn it.
Yeah.
Why, Francis, do I always pick hobbies that nobody in my fucking circle has any interest in? Like,
but you do know DJs though.
I know two DJs. One is a
Yeah.
battle DJ who does mostly just scratching. Plays does DJ, mixing, but is more focused on scratching. Our other buddy, our mutual DJ buddy, I've messaged him a couple times, and I just just keep practicing. And I say, what do I need? I don't know what to practice.
I guess it's kind of hard to teach, like, knowing when, based on hearing the note, or knowing based on hearing what's about to come up,
Right.
when to go ahead and make the change or make the switch or do the thing or whatever, right? When to do the scratch, when to do the fade, the crossfade, when to, like, that stuff. You just have to kind of feel for it. It sounds like,
And
it's
that's
not
what
something you just say, okay, look for it.
Right, and that's what I'm discovering, is that you just got to kind of feel with it and just trial and error. So in my moment of frustration and weakness, I got on the Reddit, and I was like, I'm frustrated. And I wasn't necessarily, I was kind of, I know my learning style. My learning style is not watching YouTube videos for 5 to 10 minutes. And not to say that I have learned a few things from them, because I have. But I learned by watching somebody do it and then basically mimicking that, and them standing there right next to me and being like, slap me with the ruler. Like, nope, that's not how you do it. Or you did it great, but you missed it by, this, or give you instant feedback. As opposed to recording something, putting it out there to the internets for the whole world to critique, right? Because there's no other way to do it otherwise, right?
Right.
So I just put it out there. I'm thinking it's in the beginner DJ, our beginner DJ, basically. I think it's called beat matching.
There's a beginner DJ subreddit?
It's our beat matching.
Okay.
So and everything I saw, that was the beginner DJ room, basically. So thinking I'm going to put it out, and maybe somebody would say something that would be like, oh, fuck, that's the light switch I needed, or something. Not thinking many people would see it. I woke up this morning to 47 replies.
Oh, nice.
And 5,000 people have seen this post. I'm just like,
oh, wow.
Oh, now I'm self-conscious.
Right. Oh. Did you get any rewards or anything?
I have 7 karma.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with those, but I have 7
just
karma.
fake internet points. Yeah. They gave you some fake internet points, which is nice.
But I got like a whole bunch of replies, and I feel obligated to go back and reply to everybody.
You should.
There was one of the replies that his opening sentence was, I thought about this during my walk. And I'm like, holy shit, did someone actually fucking... And then I saw his reply. It's like, I would imagine a couple pages of a reply.
Now you have to, because people...
No, and I have gone back and started replying to some of them, but, you get distracted in life and...
Yeah.
Butterflies and boobs and stuff.
Wow, that's a lot. That's yeah. Oh, yeah. I get you.
But it's a lot of replies, and it's a lot of love, and I was just like, it was nice to see some people that were in there. I too am only 2 or 3 months in, and I know exactly what you're feeling. The person replying, like, I have a more musical background, so I've been able to pick up a little bit faster, but 2 months isn't that much time.
Oh, okay. So you're still baby stepping it.
Yeah, and because, like I said, I have 0 patience for my own learning curve.
Yeah.
The audio side of things of this came pretty quick to me. It made sense. You could see the waveform. You select the stuff you didn't want. You cut it out. For the video, you have video and audio you had to mess with, and it was really a lot easier than I made it out to be. But I couldn't again. I was missing a piece of it.
Yeah.
So I think I need a mentor. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a mentor. I don't know. The battle scratch DJ has offered to be like, you can come over and check things out. You know, I can definitely teach you things, but I don't want to be a battle DJ. I just want to have fun.
No, but I mean, I'm certain battle DJs have skills that you can use in regular DJing.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And he's been doing it for like 15, 20 years. So between him and our buddy Wolf, I think between the two of them, that's close to 50 years of knowledge.
So some of it's about to rub off on you. You know,
I would hope somebody would come rub something off on me. Or something.
All you got to do... all you got to do is, I mean, you just have to relearn. I think the biggest thing, you just have to relearn your patience again.
It is. It's that in knowing.
That's really all you can do, because
it's funny that I have all the patience in the world for everybody and everything around me, but none for myself.
And then you can because you need to be able to listen to music time right when you're about to know when the beat drops or when the bass drops, and you're like, and you have to put your hand up in the air before you do the thing.
Right.
But I don't know anything about it. I didn't even know there was like, you know, I don't know what type of skill it requires, because I don't know what the differences are. Because I remember back in the day, like Paris Hilton was a DJ, and I'm like, oh, how hard can it be?
She was a ding DJ. There's plenty of footage out there where her equipment wasn't even plugged in.
Well, yeah. Well, no, but there's also, and I went on a little bit of stint watching videos of digital DJs where they pre-mixed everything already.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't have to do anything. Yeah, and so they would just stand there in front of their turntables and pretend to press buttons because they already did the work.
Mm-hmm.
Like they knew, they heard the music, they already did all the hard stuff. They didn't do it on the fly. They didn't do it live. So it's just like, you know, hands, do, and then he'll go, pop, and he'll press a non-existent button right when he knows when the beat is dropping, because he knows, like, oh, I made this music, I put this together, I made the mix, so knew exactly when to press the button, when to make the weird little hand gesture, and you know, like whatever, pretend he's playing with the board, and then go back to putting his hands up in the air again. It's like, okay, you know. But that's someone who's done it for a while. That's someone who, like, they don't have to do it live because they know how to do it. You know,
right?
I
don't know. I just feel weird when I'm sitting there playing a song and I have, you know, it's, you know, some of them are extended cuts, so like 5 minutes long. You're just sitting here playing a song, like, okay, right? The song's ending. Now we're gonna play another song.
You have to be pretty intimate with the songs that you're playing too. To where
that is the
exactly,
thing.
Like,
and that's what everybody keeps telling me, and I'm like, I everything that I've been trying to play, I've been listening to for a long fucking time now, but now I have to listen to it differently, and not just listen to it. Music is math, and I hate that timing, because math is numbers, and numbers are stupid.
Well, I mean, sort of.
I don't get along with numbers. It's
not really numbers.
It is. No, it is. Because every 16 bars, music changes. Well, with dance music, EDM, I'm going to blanket all of dance music as EDM. Almost all EDM changes every 16 bars.
Yeah.
So if you can count, if you're counting and you know, you're hitting that 16th bar, you know that the next bar is going to be the next section of music, whether that be the drop, a breakdown, or, you know, whatever. I hate that I'm using these terms.
I mean, part of being a DJ is knowing the terminology.
It is. I can remember being a kid and reading music and being in you know, concert style, you know, music classes, and I don't ever remember hearing 4 beats equal a bar, or 4 equal a bar, or 4 beats equal a bar. I'm like, I don't remember ever hearing that. And 8 bars make a phrase. I'm like, huh? What? I thought they were measures and beats and yeah.
I mean, look, I took traditional, piano playing, so
Yeah,
for
so
me,
you're
I don't,
used to measures. You know what a measure is.
yeah. But I mean, like, I don't, yeah, but I don't have to, I guess I don't have to think like a DJ though when it comes to that stuff.
Right.
So,
But
you
music
just have
is
to
music.
Be able to play. Yeah, I have to play to a, but minus the math, you play to a metronome pretty much, right?
Right.
You play to the timed ticks in your head. So when it's like, 8/3, you play double fast, and like when it's 4/4, it's like okay, well then you play normally, and then if it's like 4/3, then you play like a little off, and right, it's all the beats are different, and so you don't think of it like 1, 2, 3, 4. You just think of tick, 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 tick. One.
That's fair,
and that's how you kind of think of the
sure.
music.
But still though, I mean, when you're looking at four beats of anything. Make a measure. But now it makes a bar.
Yeah.
The music. I don't know where it changed, and I've asked a couple people like, I don't know, man. This is what you call it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, like people use fathoms for boats instead of miles and like feet, right? Like everyone has different measurements for stuff.
A nautical mile is not.
I guess that's just.
A nautical mile is not 5,280 feet.
Yeah, I don't know what a nautical mile is, but yeah, it can't be, right? Like, because it has a name that's different from miles, so I'm assuming it's just different in distance. Yard versus meter, like everything, like there's just too many things. But I think once you listen to the music, I think what you need to do is like work on the same 3 songs. Or whatever number of songs, just work on them over and over again and get those like perfected. And then once you get that perfected, something might click and be like, oh, okay.
Just so you know,
dun 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 dun, not dun 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 dun. Yeah.
It's a different song, man. Ours goes dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
There's an extra beat.
Vanilla Ice your way through it. Yeah, Vanilla Ice your way through DJing.
Just so you're aware, a nautical mile is 6,076 feet.
Okay. Oh wow, another additional 800 feet.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to account for drift.
For the waves.
I something.
I guess I don't
know. I think we have fulfilled our duties of podcasting today, despite having absolutely zero topics written down before we started. We gave the people an extra 27 minutes, 28 minutes. We're
could be by the time you do all the plugs, it'll be
it'll be an extra half hour. You're right.
POI bliss.
You're right. So let's get that started before we get too late. We love you too, Ginger.
Love you too, Ginger.
So, Francis, where can people find you on a weekly basis or semi-weekly basis live on Wednesdays?
I know. No Super Geeked Up this week because Jeff is out to DragonCon. So,
but remember when this airs. Oh wait, he will be gone. No wait, yeah,
he'll be back by
the time when this airs. But
yeah, so
there will be stories. There will be stories of DragonCon in the future on Super Geeked Up.
Yeah, I don't know how many of those stories he's going to tell, but I really hope he has some juicy stories. I hope it was one of those days or those trips. But yeah, so check it out, supergeekedup.com.
You can find everything he does at sinceresarcasm.net. If you have a kidney, go get kidney tested. Maybe you can be Francis's donor.
Maybe I don't. Do we talk about this? Was that I tattooed the name on my? Yeah.
Yeah, we did earlier.
Tattoo your name on my hip.
There you go.
On the scar.
Yeah, right across it. It hurt like hell. So do that. Help Francis out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can find me at 303_ninja on the Twitters, 303ninja on the Instagram. Call, text, voicemail, call into the show, 314-764-7631. We would love to hear from you. Email us at thepoipodcast@gmail.com. And I think that's everything. Look for us. We're here every Tuesday. We'll be back next week. Hopefully I don't know. I have nothing else to say. We're out of here. Bye.